Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we got a great one for you. We're going to be talking about the Webull investing app, and I'm going to be investing $1,000 into one particular dividend investment that I see really great potential for the remainder of 2021 and beyond. This is more of a buy and hold play, and some people may not agree with it, but I'm going to talk about the backings, why I'm making this move. And without further ado, let's get into the video. All right, so listen, if you guys are new here, my name is Dalton. This is dlitztv. On this channel, we talk about all things investing, and I'm trying to squeeze this in before the market is closing. So what I'm gonna do is actually open up the Webull investing app right now. And if you didn't know, there is a promotion going on for the Webull investing app. If you were to go and use the referral code in the description, you're gonna sign up, you're gonna deposit $100 and get yourself 4 free stocks. And these can be valued up to, I believe, $1,600. So it's a really, it's worth it. You can just open the account, collect the free money, and then close it down if you don't even want to invest using it. But anyways, this is the Webull investing app right now. Sorry, I'm in a little bit of a different section here, so I'm just going to back out. I was playing around with a lot of the features here. If you guys didn't know, I usually use Robinhood investing, and everything that's been going on with them, I've started to shy away from the brokerage a little bit more and start look at different options. So this one is Webull investing. If you didn't know, it really looks like a super intimidating application, but when you break it down, it's pretty straightforward. And I'll be putting out a video in the future that structures a beginner's guide into Webull investing. But anyways, what I wanted to do was talk about one of these really cool features that I actually found within Webull investing that allowed and helped to identify the stock that I was going to invest in. So if you guys didn't know, if you go over to your portfolio section, and yes, I only have $52 in my account right now, but my buying power, you can see, is $1,000, and that's what we're going to be using today. But if you go into this more tab in kind of the bottom right here, if you click on that, you can actually set up stock screeners, which is really cool, a really great feature of this application. And I haven't really screened stocks this way using an app, so it's really cool to see. And then if you go to create a new screener at the top, what I like to do is basically, I don't like to trade for those penny stocks, as I had mentioned. So I try and go for these large cap stocks. So anything over $1 billion is what I like to consider for my portfolio. And what's really cool about this is you can kind of structure out different stocks that you want to look at based on certain criteria in these screeners. So if I go by dividend yield, let's say I wanted to have a dividend yield no less than 3%, and I wasn't comfortable anything over, let's say, 16%. So I can set up that parameter there. So basically right now what we're saying is it's going to be on the US stock exchange. We're looking at a market cap of $1 billion and beyond. And then the dividend yield is anywhere between 3 to 16%. Now, what I like to look at is the oversold stocks. And if you look at the RSI 6 oversold, basically what that means is that these stocks are positioned for a reversal. It means that they're being oversold and there is a chance that there's going to be a solid return, an uptrend going on. So that's what I like to see. You can see there's a result of 15 stocks based on the criteria that I selected here. If you were interested, you can break it down even further. You can add other criteria such as analyst ratings if you only want to look at strong buys, stuff like that. But really, this is just kind of one of the ways that I was able to identify some of the stocks that I've been looking at lately on this particular application. And then usually when you get into this screen, which shows these stocks, I sort it by market cap. And it's pretty cool. So all the ones at the top here now are the ones that have the highest market cap. And you guys know, if you've been watching me, I'm investing in a lot of these. So Pfizer is one of them that I'm investing in. GSK is one that I've considered in the past. BP is one that I almost went with in this video here today, but that's not what I did. But anyways, I wanted to show you guys real quick that cool little feature within the Webull investing app. And now what I'm going to do is jump into my move for this week, and one that I'm super excited about to be putting another $1,000 in. Quickly going to save this, and then you can name this like, let's say dividend stock screener. Good stuff, hit okay. It's gonna save it. Now you can see the dividend stock screener has been saved. So anytime I come back into the app, I can just jump right in here and I have that list to display. Now, one thing that I did mention in previous videos is that I think energy is going to have a huge year, and it's already had a huge year up until this point. I know we're very early on in 2021, but there's been some great stuff happening with energy stocks. And actually, one of the sectors that I wanted to target was more of that fossil fuel realm, because we saw oil prices go negative, and a lot of these companies were struggling. A lot of these had to cut their dividends, and by over 50%. It was huge stuff. But what I am focusing on, and partially because it has such a great dividend and it emphasizes the dividend, it actually made a point to increase their dividend as the prices of oil was going down. And their company, they basically were just saying, hey, we're making this a focus. We want to become dividend kings, and that is Chevron. Now, you might hear that and automatically cringe, because that oil, that fossil fuel industry is on its way out. It's not very great right now with everything that's going on, especially with EVs. We got the Democratic Party in office, so a lot of these bills are going to be passed that are focusing on, lessening carbon emissions, all these different waste byproducts and stuff. So, it doesn't sound like it may be the strongest stock, but within that sector, I looked at a bunch of different ones. I was taking a look at ExxonMobil. I was looking at BP, like I had mentioned. I truly feel like this one has a ton of potential in the future. So one thing that I try and do, I think it sets myself aside a little bit, is I actually put my money where my mouth is in these situations. Obviously, you guys want to do your own research. I am not a financial advisor by any means, and I'm not telling you guys to go invest in this particular stock. You always want to make your own investment decisions, but I like to put my money where my mouth is. I like to make these choices and actually show you guys on screen that this is what I'm doing. This is what I fundamentally believe in and what I really see value in. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is search for Chevron here. And it's kind of interesting because this is going to really kick off my Webull investing portfolio. And I haven't really even bought on this before that much, so I'm going to bear with me here for a second. I'm going to look at this. It's really cool because it automatically sets a limit price right off the bat. And basically you can set your quantity here. If I go to 100%, I'm going to be able to get 11 shares of Chevron today at a price of $89.24. And I believe, let me just double check that. Oh, okay, so it's $89.06 is where it's at right now. So it automatically puts that a little bit higher. So I don't want to pay more than $89 and let's say $89.10. So that's something interesting. Definitely look at the price and compare it to where you're getting it. So then I'm going to set my quantity here again, go up to 11. The estimated amount is going to be $980 of my buying power. That is a little bit over $1,000. So I'm going to go ahead, click buy here. And I literally just missed the buying window on this. The stock market closed as I was jumping into this stock. So actually what I'm going to do is set up an extended buying hour, but still have that limit price, so I know I'm not getting myself screwed in this situation. So I'm going to go ahead and click buy. That really sucks. It's an open order right now. Kind of ironic, but the order was filled even though I made that after hours. But again, just make sure you limit buy on these stocks. You're going to want to lock in the price that you're getting them for. Now, just looking at Chevron, and what I like about the Webull investing app is actually a lot of the information that you can see when you are viewing their different charts. So it looks kind of crazy up front. I don't really like the charts as much as on the Robinhood app. I think it's a little more simplistic and easy to view, but you get more information from these anyway. So if I go out, these were the past 5 days. You can look at the month for the stock, the 3 months, the 1 year, the 5 year, and then the max, obviously. But what I really like about this is that when you look at something like the 1 year, you have these little E's and D's on the chart. And this literally marks the days that earnings were announced as well as dividends were paid. So you understand, hey, there was an earnings here. I'm sure that they beat their earnings. It was looking good. And that's why the price of it went up quickly after that. And then you got your dividend up here and it dipped a little bit after that. But then, that's what you expect with these dividend companies, and it goes back up. So we all know of the struggle that companies like Chevron in this industry have faced. If I go into their financials, you can see, I believe they slightly were under earnings, what they were projected to make for earnings per share in Q4 of 2020. Their estimated earnings are a little bit higher in Q1 of 2021. But let's jump in and start looking at some other information about Chevron. Now, heading over to the Chevron website, you can see their current initiatives for how they're handling renewable energy, green energy, whatever you want to call it. And basically, they're forming some strategic partnerships and they're trying to make more of an emphasis on renewable power. So it's, a costly industry. It's going to take a lot to get there. But as one of the most dominant players in the current industry, I mean, and they're going to be stupid to not go this route. So they're making this an emphasis. They're really making strategic investments with their money to help grow this stuff. And, you know, together, this is one of their images here on their website where they're having enough renewable energy to power over 400,000 plus households. And I really think this number is going to continue to grow. And then this shows a lot of their current initiatives. As I've mentioned, in May of 2019, they signed a 12-year 65 megawatt power purchase agreement. And like, they're just really trying to beef up what they're doing in this segment of the market. And you can see they're deploying solar in California. They're really making it a global effort to get around and get renewable energy going out. They're also going into renewable diesel. You can see that they're working with waste management for powering some of their trucks, the biofuels and stuff like that. There is a lot that's going on. And so you might be wondering, hey, what are other people saying about this? What are the analysts saying? Well, and I wouldn't even just take exactly what the analysts are saying as the information. I only use it to justify my thoughts behind it. But analysts are saying that the low price target of this is $90, which is, you know, $2 higher than what it's at right now. So, you know, in general, it could be a buy and hold play, and you can collect a really solid dividend. And I can't believe I failed to mention this, but if you guys didn't know, this is one of the main dogs of the Dow. This is like the dog of the Dow right now. And if you don't know what that means, the dogs of the Dow essentially takes a look at the Dow Jones Industrial Average. And basically that's comprised of these 30 corporations that essentially capture their market well, and they can represent them. And they're some of the biggest companies out there. This is the dogs of the Dow member with the highest dividend payment right now. So if you look at the dogs of the Dow, that takes a quick look at the 10 highest dividend payments, but Chevron has the absolute highest right now at 6.1%. So at the very least, you know, buy and hold with a $90 price target, you're still going to get a 6% return off of that. And then obviously, if you look back, the higher price targets going to be $115. So room for dividend payments, room for growth as well. What more can you ask for in a stock like this? I'm super excited to be, you know, getting into this right now with where it's at. I think it's a pretty solid buy-in point, and even if it dips, that's like even better for me, because I'm just going to continue dollar cost averaging in and making more money off of it in the long run, because this isn't a play that I see working out, you know, necessarily in the next year. I really truly believe the value is there for it to remain that way, but something like this, even holding, you know, 10, 15 years from now, that's what the goal is with my portfolio. Ideally, I'll never have to sell any of the stocks that I invest in, but understanding that with a long-term mindset, I'm not really worried about necessarily where this price is now. In terms of, hey, you know, it could dip a little bit, I'd be excited because I could get back in at a better price. So anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts around this. And if you did take anything away, again, hit that like button. It really helps me out, promotes the channel, gets it out on other homepages, and more eyes can see it. So thank you so much for checking out this video, guys, and have a great day.